Join me as I dive deep into the science behind happiness and mindfulness and challenge myself to apply these principles in my daily life for a whole week. Happiness and mindfulness, two words that are often tossed around, but what do they really mean? And more importantly, how can we achieve them? Understanding the science behind happiness and mindfulness is crucial in today's fast-paced world, where anxiety and depression are on the rise. By grasping the underlying mechanisms, we can take control of our well-being and make conscious decisions to live a more fulfilling life. One of the biggest misconceptions about happiness is that it's solely based on external factors, our job, our relationship status, our bank account. We think that if we just get that promotion, or meet that special someone, or buy that new car, we'll finally be happy. But the truth is, happiness is not something that can be bought or acquired through external means. Research has shown that once our basic needs are met, additional wealth does not necessarily lead to greater happiness. Another common misconception is that happiness is just a fleeting feeling, something that comes and goes depending on our circumstances. But what if I told you that happiness is a skill that can be cultivated, just like playing a musical instrument or riding a bike? It takes practice, patience, and persistence, but it's possible to train our brains to focus on the positive and find joy in the everyday moments. And then there's the idea that happiness is only for the lucky ones, the ones who were born with a sunny disposition or have had an easy life. But the science tells us that happiness is not predetermined, it's something that can be learned and developed over time. So, if you're someone who's struggled with anxiety or depression, or if you just feel like you're stuck in a rut, know that you have the power to change your circumstances and cultivate happiness. Delving deeper into the science behind happiness, we find that it's closely linked with mindfulness, the practice of being present in the moment, without judgment. Mindfulness has been shown to increase positive emotions, reduce stress and anxiety, and even change the structure of our brains. So, how can we incorporate mindfulness into our daily lives? One simple strategy is to practice meditation, even just for a few minutes a day. Another is to focus on our breath, to bring our attention back to the present moment whenever our minds start to wander. The key to mindfulness is consistency. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up every day and committing to the practice. And the benefits are well worth it: greater happiness, more resilience, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So, if you're new to mindfulness, don't be discouraged if your mind starts to wander. Just acknowledge the thought and gently bring your attention back to your breath. One of the most powerful studies on the science of happiness is the one conducted by Mathieu Ricard, a French monk and scientist. He found that happiness is not just a fleeting feeling, but a skill that can be cultivated through mindfulness practice. In fact, the brains of meditators were found to have a greater capacity for happiness than non-meditators. This study, and many others like it, shows us that happiness is not just something that happens to us, it's something that we can create for ourselves. So, what's the main takeaway from all of this? That happiness is not just a feeling, but a skill that can be cultivated through mindfulness practice. It's not about waiting for the right circumstances or achieving some kind of external success, it's about taking control of our own well-being and making conscious decisions to focus on the positive. In conclusion, happiness and mindfulness are not just buzzwords, they're powerful tools that can change our lives. By understanding the science behind them, we can take control of our well-being and cultivate greater happiness and fulfillment. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What are some strategies you use to cultivate happiness and mindfulness in your daily life? And if you're new here, consider checking out some of my other videos on related topics.